Well, welcome to Washington, D.C., and it is pouring rain out here today. So, yeah, no flying today, fellow FPV pilots. Today is going to be a repair and build day. We'll get started on our FX61. So, yeah, I'm getting distracted by. there's always people out here. I grew up like in a little subdivision. I take getting used to. There's always people outside. Even in the middle of the night, there's always people out here and people out front. Well, I'm rambling. Let's get to it. Hey everybody, it's call sign Virus, also known as Smooth Virus. With you, what you're looking at now is actually footage that I shot at the Pecan Patch down in Georgia. This was the first test of the RunCam Night Eagle 2 that I'm going to use on my FX61 Night Flyer that I'm starting to build on today. So you see everybody else's wings going around, and we're gonna launch. This is actually footage taken with the Penguin. I took the Penguin with me down there just because it was ready to go. I really didn't have to do anything to get it ready to fly other than put the Night Eagle 2 camera on there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a lot of the electronics, including the RVOSD autopilot and OSD in my FX61. So right now I'm just trying to find a place to launch with all this air traffic going on. And you can see that the moon is up, and the moon was actually full that night. So the RunCam Night Eagle 2 is working really well. You can see the ground, and ooh, that was a bit of a hairy launch there. But it worked out okay. You can see the ground, you can see the trees, you see all these little blobs of light out all over the place. All those little blobs are houses. Just any source of light is gonna show up as a blob down there. Any source of artificial light. So any houses that are near the Pecan Patch airstrip are gonna show up. And I noticed that my return to home wasn't configured correctly, so you'll notice that I don't stray very far, and the video is kind of mediocre quality because I spent a lot of time flying overhead, and since I had a dipole antenna on the video transmitter, what winds up happening is I fly through the null a lot, and it gets staticky. So yeah, but other than that, the camera quality's pretty good. I can see other towns out there on the horizon. There's a star or maybe a planet out there. I don't see any other aircraft, but there wouldn't be where we were because it's pretty rural. But at night with a starlight camera like this, you can probably see full-size airplanes 50 miles away, if not more, if they're up there with their lights on, and they should be. And I've got lights on the Penguin, so I can see my plane too. You can see the moon is just really bright. It's kind of surprising if you look at some of the footage here. You'll notice the moon is actually casting shadows. Now this was at 11:30 at night, so you can't see those shadows with the naked eye, but you can see them with the Night Eagle 2, which is kind of amazing. I also see a bunch of high altitude wispy clouds up in the sky, and you certainly could not see those with the naked eye either, but this camera picks them out. So yeah, this works well. Video's a little grainy, but that's probably got more to do with my antenna set up in video receiver setup than anything else. So now that we've seen that the Night Eagle 2 works well for night flying, let me fill you in on kind of a side project. The main goal of building the FX61 is to have a night flyer that I can do FPV night flying with, but I think we might be able to do something else as well. So let's take a look at that. So what we're looking at here is a graphic of upper atmospheric lightning. And rather than ramble through it and try to explain what upper atmospheric lightning is, I'm just going to read the entry from Wikipedia for this kind of phenomena. Upper atmospheric lightning, or ionospheric lightning, are terms sometimes used by researchers to refer to a family of short-lived electrical breakdown phenomena that occur well above the altitudes of normal lightning and storm clouds. Upper atmospheric lightning is believed to be electrically induced forms of luminous plasma. The preferred usage is transient luminous event, TLE, because the various types of electrical discharge phenomena in the upper atmosphere lack several characteristics of the more familiar tropospheric lightning. So you can see in our diagram here, there's the different kinds of transient luminous events, and the specific one that we're going to be interested in are the sprites. I don't know that there's much of a chance of seeing a blue jet or an elf, but I think, and I don't know for sure, I think we might be able to get video of a sprite using the RunCam Night Eagle 2. Now, I don't know if it's possible, but I think we might be able to pull it off. Let's just cover what red sprites are here real quick. Sprites are large-scale electrical discharges which occur high above a thunderstorm cloud or cumulonimbus, giving rise to a quite varied range of visual shapes. They are triggered by the discharges of positive lightning between the thundercloud and the ground. They normally are colored reddish-orange or greenish-blue, with hanging tendrils below and arcing branches above. They can also be preceded by a reddish halo. They often occur in clusters lying 31 miles to 56 miles above the Earth's surface. Sprites have been witnessed thousands of times. Alright, so here is some NASA footage of sprites taken from a jet plane. There you go. That was in real time, so they're real quick. Very fast. Well, this was the first color video ever taken of a sprite. And this footage is over 20 years old now. So, 20 years ago, you needed a jet plane and a very expensive video camera to capture video of sprites. But now, I think we can do it with the Night Eagle 2. Now, we're not going to be able to do it in color, but, you know, we don't have a budget of hundreds of thousands of dollars here. Here's some black and white footage, and I've muted the audio so you're not going to hear the radio emissions, but they can be detected on low frequency radio. There's some more sprites. So this is actually kind of, right here is kind of what I'd like to be able to capture. Now, we are not going to be able to get up as high as these jet planes, obviously, but I think if we can get, you know, even over the tree line, our chances of seeing a sprite are a lot better than they would be, you know, just sitting on the ground. And if you go look on YouTube, there are people getting images of sprites from the ground, and I'm talking about amateurs, not scientists. Now, what you're seeing here is actually, these are blue jets. We might be able to get a blue jet, but I don't know. They're a lot more rare than the sprites are, and they're also associated with hailstorms. I have to say that is a very active thunderstorm. We don't normally get thunderstorms with that much lightning in them around here. That would be pretty rare. But yeah, that's for seeing blue jets. I don't know if we're going to be able to do that, but from what I've read, sprites are rather common, and if we get a thunderstorm even within a couple 100 miles of where we're flying, and there's clear air, and we're able to see over that thunderstorm, we've got a decent shot. Now, as you can see, now we're back to the test footage I shot with the Penguin. This is kind of grainy, and the OSD is superimposed on top of the video. So I think for what we want to do, we are going to have to get a DVR mounted in the plane itself and record the footage straight off the camera and then pass it on to the OSD. So that's going to be something I'm going to have to work on. Yeah, so that's the plan. You know, it's not the main point. It's something I'd like to do. I think, and I'm not certain, but I think this may be the first ever, if we pull it off, it would be the first ever video of a Sprite taken from a drone. Almost certainly from an amateur drone, from a hobbyist drone, because I certainly haven't heard of anybody else doing it. But that's if we do it. You know, I'm not going to count my chickens before my eggs have hatched, and we got to build the plane first. So, all right, we are past 11 minutes now, and that is longer than I like to do for these vlogs. I like to keep them under 10 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and check out, but I got a lot of repairs to do today. I have to get the C1 Chaser back to flight status. The Mini Talon needs some minor repairs, and I may work on the Goblin as well, but I'd like to get started on the FX61 tonight. So I'll fill you guys in and let you know how it goes, and yeah, keep them flying, and we'll see you soon. Smooth Virus out.